I hear coaches all the time saying that to get more topspin, you wanna finish up, finish up, finish up. What if I tell you that if you wanna get more topspin, you gotta do completely the opposite? Finish down. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't for you, but you will see that by the end of the video, you're gonna fully understand the way this works. Now, before we keep going with the video, we have a free serve power course. It's gonna help you a lot increase the pace on your serve without losing any kind of consistency. So if you wanna get more serves in and get way more pace on those serves, go to the first link below, sign up, it's absolutely free, and I believe it's gonna help you out so much get your serve to a next level. Now, what I was talking about, how can you finish down to get more topspin? I feel like there is a huge misconception on the tennis community that you should be finishing up in order for you to get topspin. But I find out that there is something that happens when you finish up, especially with players that don't fully get the feeling of the topspin. A lot of times they hit topspin, everything looks fine, but they finish up, the racket is up, they're up here and they're like, oh, I'm still not getting topspin, my ball is flying. Why is that happening? I'm finishing up, I'm getting under, I'm supposedly brushing up. What's going on that I'm not getting enough topspin? This is exactly what's going on, okay? I'm gonna show you the mistake that I see players doing. They're here, that's what they do, okay? So they're finishing up, yeah, they're getting topspin, but it's not enough to make the ball drop. How can you make the ball drop? How can you make sure that you're getting that extra spin? What those players are lacking is they are lacking the racket turn on that follow through, okay? So they are lacking coming up with the racket quick. So if we focus right here on the end of the racket, if you want to get the extra spin, what you're going to do is you want to come with this part of the racket very quick up, okay? So as you see, right after I hit, this part is already up. You see how my racket is almost like fully straight already? That's what most players are missing. They hit, the racket keeps dragging right next to them all the time, so the ball goes flat, the racket ends up opening up, and they don't get that extra spin, okay? So how can you see if you do this mistake? How can you see if you are doing it properly? If you hit and at the very end the racket is facing down, is coming down here, first of all, you're gonna notice two things. You got enough racket turn here, and second, you can see how my wrist is extremely relaxed, right? This is gonna also help you out making sure that you do the wrist lag. Because if I'm very tight, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna here. First of all, I didn't make the extra turn to get the extra spin to make the racket drop. And second, I'm here, my wrist is extremely tight, I'm not getting the racket lag behind me, okay? So we're gonna kill two birds with this drill. So, what do you wanna do? You wanna make sure that you hit, and after you hit, you turn the racket quick. So you wanna see the racket kind of like right here under your arm and in front of your body. Now, I'm telling you, you gotta make sure that the racket comes up first, because obviously if the only thing you do is here, it's like, oh, it's telling me to go down with the racket, but the ball is going to the bottom of the net. It's very obvious. If you are here, the ball is gonna go down, right? That's why it's very important to come up first, okay? You come up and then you come down. So I'm here, you can see how I finished down, but the ball went way over the net, right? I came under, I went up, and at the very end I came down. So I'm making sure that, first of all, I'm relaxed, I came up, and I turn my racket enough, okay? So for this, extremely important, focus on the point of contact, okay? So you will see that right after I hit the ball, my racket is coming up very early. I'm here, and I turn very early. Most players do completely the opposite. They kind of hit, and on the very last moment, they try to bring it down. That's why the ball doesn't get a spin, because the ball is already off the strings, and the ball doesn't drop, okay? It looks something like this, and then they turn it. On the other hand, if you see most players, and if you want to see a very, very, very extreme example of this, you can check Jack Sock. He does exactly that. He hits, and he turns super quick. That's why he gets an extremely amount of topspin, but he still keeps getting the pace, okay? So, if you are having trouble getting that extra spin, focus on this. Force it a lot the first time. First time you practice, really force yourself to see the racket like almost vertical coming down this way. This is gonna force you to get a lot of turn with your arm. As you see, I'm saying arm all the time, okay? We're not doing this with the wrist here. I'm doing it with the arm, and at the very end, the wrist kind of breaks just because it's very relaxed. I'm not doing the motion with the wrist, okay? So I'm here with the arm, and then the wrist is here kind of like broken just because I'm relaxed, okay? I'm not trying to do that with the wrist because I couldn't. If I'm here with the wrist too loose, I couldn't be able to control the ball properly, okay? So stay loose, but keep it fixed. So you can use the arm, turn the racket quick and go up. Now, if you do this and you find yourself hitting so many balls to the net at the very beginning, it's perfectly normal, guys. Don't worry about it. What can you do if that happens? Very simple. Focus on coming up a little bit higher with the arm and the racket, okay? Most of the times it's because your follow through is with the arm a little bit too low, and as soon as you bring the racket down at the end, the ball is gonna go to the bottom of the net, okay? So just focus on coming up a little bit higher with the arm, and the ball is gonna instantly get way more net clearance, and it's gonna be much easier to make it over the net, okay? So, if you wanna get massive topspin, make sure you try to practice this. I'm telling you, this is the drill that clicks so many players that I teach, for them to get that extra spin of their ball and finally start getting that feeling of the ball. So I would strongly suggest you to practice it, give it a try, and let me know in the comments if this helped you out, okay? So make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next day.